All right. Hey, Shalom. Hey, first and foremost, we want to start by giving all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Wadash. A double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, going to the Bible, to the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem. In a sincere salutation to all you hopefully what I get my best. Pushing his word in our truth and sincerity, doing the work as Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, created us to do, so you can wake up and see the elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and you Israelites who are scattered amongst the heathen nations, and they look like the heathen nations, but the father's seed line goes back to being a so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American, one of the 12 tribes of Israel. Shalom. It's your brothers from the GMS Den account once again, back once again to do what we're created to do, man. That's to uplift and exalt Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh, on the earth, and put the word on notice of what the Most High is about to bring to pass according to the words that He spoke through the mouth of the prophet. So tonight, what we're going to go into is the main prophecy that we're looking forward to coming to pass, which we see the elite are putting things in order for this to happen, man. And what is that? We're talking about the MOTD, the mark of the beast. So the brother Kayal has an article he's going to read, and we're going to jump into the prophecy.
God, because FDIC, which is the Federal Deposit Insurance, and pretty much they're coming out saying that the banks in 2023 are going to fail, and they're putting it out that they have to come and put a living will, so when they go bankrupt, the Federal Reserve will come in and swoop all the assets of the bank that's closing. And that's what that beast system is going to be, is you're pretty much going to, the CBDC, which is attached to that RFID, the THIP, is going to be through that Federal Reserve, and they're pretty much going to change out these banks. It says right here, it says, when a bank fails, fact for depositors, creditors, and borrowers. It says, by law, after insured depositors are paid, uninsured depositors are paid next, which there ain't going to be nothing left. It's going to be taken away because the dollar, you're not going to have no more money. They're changing it from the dollar to the CBDC. It says, followed by general creditors and then stockholders, in some cases, general creditors. Let me get down to the point. It says, if one of you brothers want to get that Revelation 13:60 out, let me grab it real quick. Yeah, grab that real quick.
Revelation 13:60.
Oh, here it is. I got it, actually. Here it is. From Forbes magazine, in 2023, banks will batten down the hatches but prepare for the upturn. It says banks are bracing for tougher economic conditions and a possible global recession in 2023.
Woo!
All right. Let me go. I took pictures of the article. The main points. It says in the next same article, Forbes, it says banks that fail to tackle their technical debt will lose out to agile competitors. Banks have accumulated an enormous application backlog due to cycle budget cuts associated with the Y2K bug. So they're suffering from 2000, and we're 2023, right? So there's no fixing this. It says it says the financial crisis and large-scale acquisitions ambitions to reduce technical debt. Now I'm going to jump down to what it says. It says some will move tech budgets away from transferring core systems toward digital engagement solutions. So what they're going to do is they're going to move where they have money in other investments, and they're going to pull that money out of the investments and put all their money into moving this device into the public. And if you watch that FDIC, the meeting they just had on December 13th, 2022, they actually said, we're afraid for the public to find out what's about to happen. Because when it happens, people are going to fucking lose their mind.
Yep. And
it says, go ahead, brother.
Oh, you got it.
It says,
and it's going to happen overnight too,
That's what they said Friday on that FDIC, which it's with the Federal Reserve, and they came out and said this is going to take place at a Friday night. Pretty much your banks are going to be shut down, and they're going to stop the ATMs from you accessing cash and they're gonna flip the switch, is what they're saying. And what they're gonna do is they're gonna put all their assets in a living will, just like if you were to die and you had a living will, and then you would be able to pass your assets over to another person, to your family. Well, that's what these small banks are gonna do to the Federal Reserves. It says, which may prove to be a mistake. The longer the banks take a shift to modern cores, which is that modern, we were talking about it yesterday, the modernization of society, which is bringing in that device. It says the higher the risk of losing business to agile competitors that can provide information in real time and configure products and services flexibly or rapidly, which is going to become rapid because that device in your hand. If you take it, like they say, all you got to do is wave your hand. They have that, what is it, Whole Foods in Washington, D.C. They said you don't even have to check out. They're able to scan you and the groceries. So that's what they're telling everybody. It's going to speed everything up. They're saying it's going to help, but really it's going to cause them their death.
Yep.
Go ahead.
So because this is prophecy, man, and we're hoping to see this thing push hard and heavy in this year, this new year that we're in, so-called new year. You know. So this is the book of Revelation 13 and 16. It says what? He causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. And this is what society is being pushed toward, man. It's all prophecy. The Most High said that this man would do this, and we're seeing him take the necessary steps to allow this prophecy to come to pass, man. Are you other camps out here BSing and playing around? We're seeing this prophecy speak loud and clear, man. These banks are not doing these things for no reason. They're about to usher the world into a new digital society. And the only way you're going to be able to function in society is if you have this device put into your body, whether that be in the form of whether that be in the form of the RFID CHIP or that Neuralink. You see, this is going to be pushed upon the whole entire planet Earth, man. And if you don't have it, once again, like we always say, ain't gonna be no just walking into the grocery stores as you're doing now. Because basically, that device is gonna be a rite of passage. If you don't have it, you can't pass. You see?
Right.
Yep. If you don't have it, you're going to be blacklisted from society. You're going to have to fend for yourself. So all these things that are going to be open to the public, they're going to be closed to you because you don't have this device in. This is where society is going, man. This is where everything is heading to, just like the Most High said, man.
If you ain't built up in the spirit, you're going to break down and take that device.
Yep.
Oh, go ahead, brother. I'll get it after you.
Verse 18 says, Revelation 13 and 18 says, here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding. For it is the number of a man. You see? That man represents who? The elite of Esau, Edom. And they're the ones behind the scenes telling their little bankers or whatever, their little puppets to do these things, man. Set up this decree. Set up this function.
This is their agenda.
Yep. This is a part of the enterprise that they're trying to fulfill that we know is going to fail according to Job, chapter 5? 5 and 12, yeah. The Most High ain't going to let this shit come to pass. Now, it's going to happen to where a lot of people are going to take this, but they're not going to be able to fully fulfill what they're behind the scenes planning, man. But the elite of Esau, Edom are the ones who are pushing this forward. It says what? For it is the number of a man, and his number is 600 size stigma in the Greek. You see? And stigma goes into what? A mark made by and printed. A pointing instrument, man. You see? This is what's coming. All these banks are not adopting this new CBDC for no reason, man. This is not just some random coincidence. No, it's biblical prophecy. This is where it's going. This is where it's headed. And we see the technology already in place. All they got to do is flip the switch, turn it back on, and the whole infrastructure is already laid out. All this tap to go, they got it you got these tap to pay. You got it all in grocery stores. You have them at you have them on the gas pump. Yep, not shit. It's gradually. Technology is already rolled out. All you have to do is make this thing mandatory, man. That's all they gotta do.
Some things gradually have already prepared the stores.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Set them up.
And-
Now here we are speaking.
And these people are so fucking blinded, they couldn't even see it. Like the brother say, gradualism, they were gradually putting this technology into place, and now it's fully rolled out.
Right.
Now, all we got to do, kind of piece, is the damn device, man. You see?
Right.
You people
Which they
thought-
said it's gonna come through some kind of chaos. That's what they're saying. They're expecting some kind of chaos, right? And that's what they're gonna shut the banks down. In India, they just rolled out the CBDC in India. Right now, they shut the banks down for 15 days. From January 1st, 15 days out. When they open them, guess what? We know what's gonna be there.
That's what they've been doing this whole time. Cause you remember when you first got your debit card, it was just the magnetic strip on the back. And then you got the new card that had the chip in. You see, then you got this technology where you can take that chip, tap it on then you got to swipe it no more. You can just put it on top of the fucking device and it will read it. They were setting this thing up from the jump, man.
Yep.
Now all that technology is in every fucking store now. To the point to where you can get little, like, if you got your own business, there's many devices that you can put into your phone to read, to make it a chip reader now, man. So this thing has been rolled out gradually, and now we see it, the infrastructure is here. The final piece is what? The device itself, man. That's it.
Right.
That's it. All they have to do is go to whatever they do to pass these laws one night, and guess what? The next morning, it can be here. All over.
Right. Which
Now it is mandatory for you to have this device. You don't have this device.
Remember when it was probably about 20 years ago when Biden spoke on it, and he said,
Oh, yep.
"You shall rule on this."
in fact, Biden just signed an executive order. On the 29th of December, Biden signed a $1.7 trillion government spending bill into law. And this is also talking about advancing technology in society, because that's what it's called. He's calling it the year of historical progress. What historical means it's gonna, this is for the books. You know what I'm saying? I got one more little article from the Federal Reserve Board Governors. It says Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System. It says each plan commonly known as a living will. So they're, like I said, they're making these banks put up a living will as if they're a person. It says must describe the company's strategy for rapid and orderly resolution in the event of material financial distress or failure of the company, which is that bank, as well as include both public and confidential sections. Companies covered by the resolution plan rule are categorized according to size and complexity. The frequency of the informational content requirements of the resolution plan submissions are tailored according to firm category, which we know that they're going to use that device to actually get all that sensitive information. That's what that device is for, to know everything about you, where you go, what you're doing, who you're with, what you're buying, what you're not buying. They're going to know everything about you. You're not going to have no privacy.
Because their whole mind frame is what? They're trying to play the Most High on earth. Because they know the Most High knows everything. He's all knowing, all seeing. He's omnipotent, you see. That's what Esau is trying to be on the earth.
On the left-hand side.
Yeah, but the thing is, Esau, you're not the Most High, man. That power only belongs to the Most High. You trying to do this with this little device, man. You're not going to be able to do it. You see, you're not built like that, man. Now, the Most High is going to have you get a lot of people with it, but you're not going to fully fulfill this enterprise, man. You see?
Mm-hmm.
Who hold it? You got it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what Esau is doing, man. They have the power to do this, so that's what they're rolling out. But the thing is, when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, the Israelites don't belong to you Edomites, man. You see, we belong to the Most High. You're not supposed to be trying to put this into the Israelites. We are the Most High's people, not you. You see, we don't belong to you, man.
Why you're offensive. You're basically touching the anointed. When do that. Try to put that
Yep.
device in there.
Yep.
Lord's chosen. The brother call y'all brought this out yesterday. I'm gonna bring it out again. It's the word device real quick. And both the definitions apply to it. It says a thing made or adapted for a particular purpose. We know that part what it was purpose. The brother just said he wants to track everybody, right? Especially a piece of mechanical or electronic equipment. It is verse definition says a plan, method, or trick with a particular aim.
What's the aim? To defile the Israelites. Because the most I don't give a damn about the heathen nation, they get MOTP devices as they want. The ones who are all in are the Israelites. And he's bringing this forth just for that purpose, man, to defile these so-called Black, Hispanics, Native Americans. So when it comes out, best believe they're gonna make the targets who? You so-called Black, Hispanics, Native Americans, just like they did when that juice came out. They was hard and heavy pushing that what? Oh, the minority, Black and brown people should get this first above everybody else. They're the top priority. And that's gonna be the same thing when these devices rolled out, man. You see, because it's all a plot and a ploy for you Israelites to be destroyed.
Right.
Guys,
This is from USA Today. All right. It says the claim all Americans will receive a microchip implant by the end of the year.
Huh?
It says right there, brother.
What is it?
It's USA Today.
When they come out,
It says a viral article from the website My Healthy Life Guru claims that all Americans will receive a microchip implant by the end of the year.
woo, call Allah, y'all about to know shot.
It says
Hey, man.
some people are concerned that the federal government will be very influential with this revolutionized microchip. The article states they could see every move we make. I got one more. It says the article also asserts your food and money will be also managed by these microchips. It attributes the claim to be part to NBC News. So it's saying the claim is coming out of NBC.
So
it says
that lines up exactly to what the prophecy says. You won't be able to buy or sell without this device, man. And this is where it's going. This is where it's going. You see? You got it, bro.
It says, but thanks to a microchip under your skin, it's all there. Science fiction 20 years ago, but a biometric reality today.
It is reality because when you look at Sweden, basically the whole nation has already gotten this device put into them, man. That was the testing ground.
That's why that's the only country that didn't shut anything down during the jump shot era.
There was a complete compliance. And this is what they're trying to force upon the world, man. You're gonna see this make the transition from Sweden here to the land and all throughout the world. This is what's coming. This is what's coming, man. These articles are not just coming out of nowhere. This is prophecy taking place, man. You see? You had something. Can somebody get Revelation 3 and 10?
And you got to remember, people are already taking this device. It says right here while he gets that, FDA approves implantable microchip to access medical records. So you already got people walking around Babylon with an MOTB in their body.
Because the FDA approved. You see?
Mm-hmm. You got that?
Yeah. Revelation chapter 3. Who's that?
You got it.
Okay, Revelation chapter 3, verse 10. It says in red, Shai speaking, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them and dwell upon the earth.
And that's what's about to happen. The hour of temptation is coming. That's what, when this thing is made mandatory. And you're going to be faced with this, you're going to have to make a decision. You're going to either stand with Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shah, or you're going to side with Esau and take his device. And we know what taking that device signifies, man. And we know what comes with taking that device. So as an Israelite, who has the faith in Yahweh Shai, you're supposed to stand with Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai and refusing that, because Yahweh Shai just told us right here in Revelation 3:10 that we continue on in faith, he's going to keep us from this hour of temptation. Because when the rest of the world, when they're faced with this ultimatum, they haven't been built up in the spirit of faith, man. See, they haven't been stored in their churches in heaven as the men of the Lord have been doing. You see, so we're gonna have a different type of spirit upon us to refuse this, man. You see, Yahweh Shai is going to strengthen us, and because what? We know that we're going to be provided for, so we don't have to run it to continue on in his society, man. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is going to take care of us, man. But everybody else outside of those who believe in Yahweh Shai, your ass is done for, man. You are done.
They that dwelleth with wisdom are the only ones Yahweh cares about. You're not in this truth. You know, you're not coming into the fold of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. You ain't gonna have no hedge.
Yeah.
This is Isaiah. Are you still going, Yakov?
No.
Isaiah 46:9. It says, remember the former things of old, for I am the Most High, and there is none else. I am the Most High, and there is none like me, declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand. I will do all my pleasure.
Yeah. You see, it's happening.
And you know, Chevy, I just looked it up, and in the gematria which the Amalek uses, it says the number for microchip, the number of a microchip value in gematria is 666.
Wow.
And that's by design, you know.
Yeah,
Everything the Lord has said come to pass. Surely, man. Surely, it's surely coming to pass. Because the Most High didn't speak these words for them to just hang there and not be fulfilled. So I tell you that in Isaiah 55:11, so shall my word be that goes forth out of my mouth, and shall not return unto me void, but shall accomplish that which I please. That's what's happening. And we're seeing the system being set up and rolled out. And then it's going to accumulate to what? The full thing being presented to you, man. You see? There's one more. Yeah. MOTB, man. The thing is this. Yahweh Shah is the one that's strengthening us, man. He's the one that's giving us a spirit to rebel against this madness that Esau is coming with. That's the spirit that the remnant will be in. No longer cleaving unto Esau for help, but now we're cleaving unto who? Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, the Holy One of Israel. You see, in our power, our God, the one true living God, the God of the Bible, he's told us to refuse this, man. You see? Because when you take this device, what you signify is that Esau is your God. And the so-called white man is no God to the Israelites.
Oh yeah, in fact, because you said that, they just today it started law. I know it's in Colorado and it's going to be out throughout the whole United States, but they're telling the businesses that they got to get the customers pretty much allegiance to the country. Every time a customer goes inside like a store, like a Walmart, right? Like say Sam's Club. When you go to Sam's Club, you have to show your card as an allegiance to that company, right? Well, that's going to go literally every business. And with that allegiance, when you understand it, they're going to put that device in your body. And that's how you're going to show your allegiance to this country or to the government that rules the world, which that's an abomination. That's your condemnation if you take it. Because it tells you, he that worship the image of the beast, you know, you're not going to receive no mercy.
I'm gonna get that prophecy real quick. Because this is what comes. Oh, look at that, because I just updated my blue letter. It says, doom for worshipers of the beast. Doom.
Oh, and hey, since you said that, I just pulled up the Atria calculator and I typed in mark of the beast. The first number that pops up is 144. You'll be protected from that.
For Revelation. with Esau to prolong your life here in Babylon. Just follow. Before you get this, can somebody grab that word code? How shall I say? If you choose to try to save your life, you shall lose it. Somebody grab that real quick. Hey, it's about to go down, man. And Lord willing, it'll happen this year. Because you're gonna start to see more and more things. You're gonna start to see things pick up. You're gonna hear about more executive orders being passed, justify them and bring forth. You're gonna start to see it rolled out at your job that you can't work here unless you have this device. This is coming, man. Hey, the most I through Esau is about to work into the damn Cobra Clutch, man.
That's gonna be the acceptable men tried in the furnace of adversity.
Yeah.
Matthew 16.
I got it.
Okay, go ahead.
Matthew 16, verse 25. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it. And that's what they're going to do, is try to save their life by taking that device.
Hey, because the thing is, we already saw a prelude of that when that juice came out. The reason a lot of you wouldn't go take that damn juice prolong your life. You couldn't fathom being out of work for however long you had to be out of work because what? You was too gone on keeping your job, man. Well, all you had to do was deny it. If you had faith, the Most High would have provided you another job. But a lot of the people in the world, especially white people, they don't have it. And this is why they went rolled up their sleeve with such ease, man. And this is how, like the Apostle Hart said, when this shit first happened, a lot of you who are taking that damn juice, you're gonna be the same ones that take this damn device when it's presented to you, man. Because all you can see is Babylon. You see?
Esau knows that too. That's why when he did that, he could gauge, okay, we're gonna have to watch out for these ones, this group here. These guys will take it, or these guys are in the middle or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yep.
It's all a different gauge, just a test run.
You got
I got more on there. It says, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it.
that's what it is. Because that's what we're about to be put into uncomfortable space because of our faith. And brothers have testimonies where they've already done that. You got brothers who lost on because of what? We're not looking to our life. We know this is not our rest. I'm gonna go take a damn juice for in a society that's doomed to fail. Why the hell would I go and take a damn seat here when I know this place is gonna be destroyed? That shit makes no sense. We're standing on our faith and we're refusing everything that Esau's coming with. That's the spirit you're supposed to be in, man. You're not supposed to be in the spirit of compliance when it comes to this damn device being put into you. You're not supposed to be in the spirit of compliance when it comes down to you getting that damn juice. Nah, fuck that. Yahweh Shemi Hawashai will provide, man, and we'll walk in testimonies, man. Brothers have been put in straits when it comes to this situation, and brothers have passed the test. Because what? We walked in the spirit of faith. Because we would rather lose our life for Yahweh Shai's sake, man, than to try to gain it but continue on in Esau's wicked ass society. Yes,
I found that was it on there, unless you want me to go on more.
That's it.
That was I just wanted to get that point about I got the article, new privacy laws in 2023, considering draft regulations in Colorado. And this is from the Reuters. And when you go to the draft regulations, it's under the European Union. That's what they're going into law under, the EU, which is that beast that the whore rides. They're confederate now. It says right here, it says in November 23, 2022, data privacy has been a hot topic throughout 2022. As companies are preparing for 2023, they should be prepared for upcoming state privacy laws in states such as California and Colorado. In a previous article, new privacy laws in 2023, considering draft laws or draft regulations. It says, let me get down to the point of this. It says the Colorado Privacy Act draft rules issued. The Colorado Attorney General's Office released draft rules for Colorado Privacy Act. It says the draft rules address how the CPA, which is an accountant, that's what that MOTB is going to do. It's going to keep the records, right? That's going to be the accountant of this system. It says will be implemented when it takes effect on July 1st, 2023. But I saw they sped it up to January 1st, which is today. It says let me get down to the bottom. It says companies working toward compliance with other state privacy laws will find that many requirements in the CPA draft rules overlap in large part with California and Virginia's consumer data protection. The CPA itself follows the VCDPA fairly close. Nevertheless, important distinctions in handling sensitive data, and that's why that device is going to be gathering sensitive data. It says consumer facing obligations, which you're going to be obligated to have this device.
Yep.
It says, and data management will require attention as companies harmonize their privacy practices under various state laws. So it's all coming together. You know, if they're getting rid of the dollar in 2023, what did Elon Musk say he was going to be putting in people's head in 2023?
Yeah.
At the same time, the banks are saying they're going to bankrupt and shut down in 2023. It's all coming together.
It's all their agenda. It's all getting ready and speaking. The prophecy's speaking loud and clear. Really quick, I just looked up device again in the Hebrew. Because we got to be careful everything we say on our videos. And this is the word device in Hebrew.
I got you.
Zama.
Zama. Let me just read it real quick. It says, a plan, especially a bad one, heinous crime, lewd, mischief, purpose, thought, wicked, device, mindedness.
That's and we're gonna get judged for any Israelite we see. If you don't care how society is being ran, if you don't care what this power structure that's going to you are into the Most High, you're going to be destroyed, man. If you get the device, it signifies to the Most High that you'd rather have Esau rule over you than to live in the righteous.
It's right there in the article. It's called biometrics. The data rules testament of biometric data collection. That's how they're going to do the data collection through the device that they're going to make mandatory for your body.
And that biometrics, that word, that's what it means. To integrate the technology with your physical.
With your body, the biology, right?
Let me read this other part of this definition. It says, example C, not chase, incest, sensualness, adultery, idolatry, harlotry. That's that word device again. So literally, you're like we always talk about. You're a spiritual whore when you're going off of these false doctrines and philosophies. That same thing with this device, man. That's how you're like the Lord's gonna look at you like a whore.
And this is the judgment. But it goes against. So this is Revelation 14:9 is saying, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, poured out without mixture, into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone, in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. This is the judgment written for any of you Israelites, you see, who have heard this warning and you still go and get this advice, man. Because it ain't gonna be no fucking excuse in that day. We've been making these videos and blowing the trumpet in this way for years, man. See, our apostles have been doing this for decades, telling the world that this is coming. Now, when it comes and you still go and get it, you're gonna be destroyed by way of nuclear fire, man. You see, that's what's about to happen to you. Verse 11 says what? And the smoke of their torment is sent up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. See that? So if you're cool with Esau ruling in the earth, which is the beast system, if you're cool with that, you're cool with the wicked lifestyles, the doctrines, philosophies, which is what? The image. And if you're going to get that device, man, you are an enemy of the Most High. You don't stand for righteousness. You want wickedness to continue on in the earth. So the Most High is going to destroy you right along with the land of America. You see, in a blaze of nuclear fire in the form of 200 million thermonuclear warheads raining down upon America, man.
Because you're literally making your allegiance to Esau.
Yep.
But Yahweh is looking at you like a woman that you left him.
Yep.
Which is a whore. And what's What's the judgment for a whore? Yes.
The woman that had the vision, remember all the brothers were sharing the video? She asked the Lord for a vision, and the Lord gave her a vision of her husband and her getting the device put in their body. And she said as soon as it was in her body, she realized that she was cut off from having any communication with the
In her
Lord.
spirit.
Mhm.
So if I take these-
Because at the end of the day, this was made to be. Most High to put this in you. This is not something that's natural, man. This is not how the Most High intended it to be. See? So when you put this in you, like the brother said, you are completely defiled. You see? And to clean that filth away, it's gonna have to be done by way of what? By way of fire. The purest cleaning agent, man. Is that fire, and that's what's coming. But any of you Israelites who go and get this device put up in, because we have been warning time after time after time after time after time after time after time, man. You see? And you still run around trying to be cute, saying that this is a fad, this is a trend, when this is actually life and death right here, man. And well, guess what? 2/3 of you so-called Black, Hispanics, Native Americans, a lot of you are gonna get this because you refuse to take heed to the words of the Most High, but it's gonna be to your destruction, man. See? Y'all holding over there, Colonel?
Go ahead, brother.
I got one. It's where is it? Matthew chapter 7, verse 13, 14. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat.
And that's
Many
a lot of people like to go in the way of Esau, and that's basically what the wide gate, man. That's why I tell you not to do what, not to follow a multitude to do wickedness. See, the straight gate is what the remnant is on. It's gonna be a difficult way. We're gonna be put in an uncomfortable situation. You see, where we're probably gonna lose our homes, probably gonna lose our vehicles. We're gonna be outcasts out of society because we're not going to get that device. But that's the straight gate, and that shows our allegiance to who? Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. Since we're in that spirit, we will be taken care of. So that's something we don't have to worry about. You see, but for those who are outside of that small circle, that small remnant, they don't have that understanding. This is why Isaiah 36 is better. You see, they don't have that understanding, so they're gonna think that going with Esau is the right thing to do, not knowing that what that's gonna lead to certain death and destruction, man.
That's why we read that verse yesterday. That my people are led like a sheep to the slaughter.
Yep.
Because when that sheep is going to that slaughter, he has no clue. You know. Then the slaughter just comes upon him. The moment. You got one? You still going? Your call?
Oh no, that was it.
Okay. This is Psalms 21:11. For they intended evil against thee, they imagine a mischievous device which they are not able to perform. You know, this mischievous device they're trying to put on our people. And guess what? They're not going to be able to perform their enterprise. Cut short. All right.
This is Job 5 and 20. Because at the end of the day, it was never meant to rule the earth and wickedness other man. It's he's just like all the heathen before him. You see,
He'll fall short.
He's trying to come with this new order, like the promise that his coming to reign that that's what we want. You see, so that's how we know. We really care about what Esau doing, man. We know he's going to fail. He is going to fail, man. He's a loser. He can't do it. He can't get. You see, so this is Job 5 and 12. But he disappointed the devices of the captive, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. You see? So he's not going to fully fulfill this new world order. And he's going to get a lot of people to get this device put up in them, but that's for them to be destroyed in the land of America. But when it comes to having a full new world order and wickedness under the spirit of Satan forevermore on the earth, it's not going to happen. What's up? What? Good. Good. So in the midst of him thinking that he got, so in the midst of him thinking that he got it in the bag, he got it sold up, he got it on lock, everything is going how he wants to go. The Most High is gonna slap the play out of his hand.
God, he's gonna see all those people lined up at those chicken stations.
He like, the Most High gonna come from the play, slap the play out of his hand.
God, just like you did the Tower of Babel.
That's how you know they got a short time because they're bringing forth that world global order. You know, I put up,
That was heavy. That verse he just brought out. Did you hear it was 20:23? That was the first number.
what was the verse? Because it's kind of muffled.
What is it? The year.
Yeah, it's a little muffled.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
Okay. I put up an article from U.S. Biometric Laws and Pending Legislation Tracker, and it says right here, it shows you a map of all the states that are already in bed with the MOTB. Right, they already got laws pending. It says right here, which Colorado is one, New York is one, and New York has the best one. I'm gonna read what New York has. It says in New York, City of New York Code Title 22. Chapter 12, biometric specific. A commercial establishment that collects biometric information for customers must disclose the collection by placing a clear and conspicuous sign near all of the commercial establishment's customer entrances. Makes it unlawful to sell, lease, trade, share, exchange, for anything of value or otherwise profit from the transaction of a biometric identifier information. See, so when it comes, there's gonna actually be a law, which we read in the Bible, where it says you're not gonna be able to buy, sell, trade. You're not gonna be able to do not. You're not even gonna be able to go into the store without this device. You see what I'm saying? They're gonna make it known. They're gonna put. You're gonna have not just signs. You're gonna have soldiers, man.
And the thing is, it might get to the point where you can't even build the streets unless you have this.
Right. But they do have that technology on every light. There's a white box if you go under a light, and it sits facing down the street, and that actually reads microchips because on your license plates, every year you got to replace those tags. Those tags are a microchip.
Yep, and they can tell. Yeah, they can tell where you are at all times. They can tell you where you were 2 weeks ago, what red light you were at, what stoplight you were at. You know what I mean?
Right. So that's how they'll be able to read the chip in your body. You'll be walking down the street, driving, and they'll know if you have it or you don't have it.
Yep. So this is coming, man. And here we are once again. So when it happens, there will be no excuse, man. There will be no excuse. And guess what? This is the first day of the year. I
just wanted to show the picture of what is on that site. Look, it shows you the technology with the hand right there. See, it's all going to be connected. Your whole life is going to be connected to that MOTB in your hand.
Yep. So we're giving the warning once again, man, to put you people up on notice. So when it happens, if you have watched any of these videos, it's going to be brought back to your memory of what it really is, and then you're gonna have to make a decision, especially if you're a so-called Black Hispanic Native American. Because we haven't taken yourself and telling that you haven't heard us warn you about this device coming. So if you've been watching these videos, been taking this for a game, you might be presented with that chip. You see, and that information will pop back into your mind, and that's when you have to make a decision. Are you gonna stand with Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, or are you gonna side with Esau to prolong your life in a temporary world? You see, and all of you side with Esau, we just read you to judgment, man. Death and destruction by way of fire. That's what's coming to you. You see, because you have basically declared war against the Most High God Yahweh and His only begotten Son Yahweh Shah by getting that device put into you, man. You have become an enemy of the powers on high. You see? Bro, said anything else?
I got. Oh, go ahead, brother. All right. Jeremiah 30 verse 10. Therefore fear thou not, O my servant Jacob, saith Yahweh, neither be dismayed, O Israel, for lo, I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of their captivity. And Jacob shall return and shall be in rest and be quiet, and none shall make him afraid. And that's what we're in. As everybody else is being condemned, we're gonna be saved. We're full of hope, man.
Don, you got it, bro. Us. But yeah, we're in on that. We're in on that. You got it. So that's the reward. So if we're faced with that, and we have to go up under that guillotine, man, you have to keep these things in mind. This is why we continue to rehearse the righteous acts. We continue to go into these over and over and over again, man. So it can be instilled in our minds when we're presented in these different situations that we're going to find ourselves in. We'll know what to do.
Without hesitation.
We know that way. If we'll be headed for Yahweh Shah's namesake, we're going to be a part of his furnace community, to be able to his table to drink out in his kingdom, man. Because that's what we're longing for. We're not looking to go hand in hand with his wicked ass society. Fuck him. We thinking about our Lord and our King coming, ruling in righteousness in the kingdom that the Most High has promised to give unto us. And we want to be the elite of that society, man. That's what we're fighting. See? That's right. And so with that, man, that's another warning. You see, another warning. So when that happens, there will be no excuse for you, man. And so with that, we want to end up by giving all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh, Yahweh God. A double honors once again to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching us the truth according to the Bible, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah, and a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopefully let I get out there, pushing his word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah is created us to do. With that, we say Shalom, One, One.
Ball for ball.